Parker with another episode of New Beginnings, Life After MS. I want to talk to y'all today about my symptoms prior to the stem cell transplant. There are a total of 26 symptoms. At the end of my explanation of the symptoms, I'll give you a summary as to where the symptoms are today in 2019 versus in 2011 and 12 when they started. I'm going to rate the symptoms based on better, much better, completely gone, the same as before the transplant, and the same but controlled. So I'll let you know where I'll let you know where each symptom is today in 2020. We'll start with severe fatigue or chronic fatigue. I still deal with that today, but it is much better than it was. Even picking up a pen or a pencil or bending over to pick up anything was tough. It took everything out of me. It was so hard to even bend over. It took the wind out of me. The next symptom would be heat sensitivity. It would be hard to take a bath or a shower or spend time outside. I used to have a really big problem with heat sensitivity. It is a slight problem today, but it is nowhere near as bad as it used to be. So today I would say it's much better than it was. The next one would be muscle spasms. At the beginning of MS, I used to get muscle spasms so bad. I used to get them everywhere, including my stomach. I used to get them so much I ended up with like a 4-pack or 6-pack because I would have spasms in my stomach. So my stomach would constantly contract and build muscle. And I would have spasms all over my body where every limb would be shooting out because the spasms were so bad. Now, the spasms did not hurt, but they were super annoying. So, as of today, the spasms are there every now and then, but they're nowhere near as bad as they used to be. So I would say they are better. The next symptom is tremors. There used to be a time where my whole body would shake as if I had Parkinson's. Meaning my whole torso, my hands, my arm, everything would shake like an older person. But now that it's not a problem, it's not completely gone. Sometimes I still have tremors in like my right hand when I'm trying to write. But other than that, that's it. So that is much better. Numbness has never been a huge problem for me. From what I hear, numbness is a major complaint for people with MS. For me, at the beginning, one of the first symptoms was numbness. The right side of my face went completely numb. It lasted for maybe a full minute, and it went away and never came back. So that is my experience with numbness. I didn't really have an issue with that. So as of today, no more issues with numbness. It's completely gone. The next one would be, the next few are going to have to do with my eyes, which are all going to still be the same. Nystagmus, that is involuntary movement of the eyes. You can't see it unless you get up close to me, but I see it every second of the day because my world, as far as my vision is concerned, it constantly moves. It shakes all the time, 24 hours, 7 days a week. That's just how it's been for almost 9 years. The next, but it's controlled. It's still the same, but it's controlled. I am on a medication called baclofen, and that helps to slow the movements down in my eyes. So if I take it as directed, my eyes are completely still. But I don't always take them as directed because I have to take it 4 times a day and I don't always remember. Next would be optic neuritis. As I explained in the second video, optic neuritis is just the, well, I wouldn't say just, but the deterioration of the optic nerves in the eyes, which will eventually, according to science and doctors, will cause blindness. But I don't subscribe to that. I go by what God says. And if He heals my eyes, which I believe He will, there will be no blindness. The next one is double vision. Double vision for me, I would see one thing up here, another thing down there, when I'm trying to focus with both eyes. Now, if I close one eye and focus with one eye, I only see one. But if I try and focus with both eyes, I see 2. So, in order for me to find exactly where an object is, I have to close one eye. Loss of depth perception. Depth perception is a big reason why I don't drive. It is hard to tell how far away something is versus how close up something is. If you put a picture in front of me, 2 pictures, One has a step and a walkway. The other one has a walkway with no step. Both pictures look the same to me because I can't tell the difference between a step and not a step. So that kind of gives you an idea of what I mean by problems with depth perception. The next one would be INO. INO stands for internuclear ophthalmalgia. It took me a long time to get diagnosed with that. I've been dealing with that issue for probably a couple years, and no one could tell me what was wrong with my eyes. And I saw probably 3 or 4 different doctors. Nobody could tell me, but I went to see one particular neuro-ophthalmologist, and she told me in 5 minutes. But she told me it was INO, and basically that means my eyes don't work together. When one eye is trying to focus on something, the other eye goes off and does its own thing, which is another reason why I close one eye. Because I don't want anyone to see when I focus with one eye, the other eye goes off to the side. So that's why you'll see me a lot close one eye. The next one is decreasing vision. It's simply that, decreasing vision. My eyesight is constantly decreasing. Right now it's negative 12.5-ish. And it's been decreasing since I started wearing glasses at the age of 7. So, but it's the vision's a little bit different now. There are a few other things going on with my sight causing a decrease in the vision at a more rapid rate. The next one would be weakness. It is hard to even hold a pencil or a pen or a fork or any kind of eating utensil and hold it for a long period of time because I drop them, because my hands get weak after over a few seconds or a minute. But that is better than it used to be. I can hold things longer without dropping them. The weakness, I have to go back and tell you all how it is as of today. The weakness is better. There was slurred speech. There is some slurred speech today, but it's nothing like it was a few years ago. Before the transplant, you could barely understand what I was saying. My speech was so bad. I mean, I could have a conversation with someone and they're left going, "What'd you say?" Because they didn't understand me. But now, It's much better than it used to be. It's not 100%, but it's light years better than it used to be. And I'll tell you all at a later date what helped my speech to get better. It's kind of funny to me. The next one would be loss of memory. I used to have very bad memory. I started to lose I couldn't remember anything. But now it's completely gone. I can remember everything. Things back when I was 5 years old, 4 years old. It's not an issue at all today. I mean, I may have the normal senior moments that people have where they say, where did I put my keys? Or where did I put my glasses? That kind of thing, but nothing major. So I'll continue with the next thing.